It's the question that has haunted humanity since the dawn of time. A question that echoes in the face of suffering, of injustice, of the seemingly endless capacity for evil in the world. We look to the heavens and cry out, why does a good God allow such pain? This, my friends, is the problem of evil. But there may be an answer, a philosophy that has helped countless individuals navigate the turmoil of existence. It's called Stoicism, developed by the ancient Greeks and Romans. Stoicism offers a path to inner peace, even in the face of adversity. But can this philosophy reconcile the harsh realities of evil with its emphasis on virtue and reason? Tonight, we delve into the fascinating and sometimes contradictory world of Stoicism and the problem of evil. Can these seemingly opposed concepts coexist? Can Stoicism offer solace in a world seemingly designed for our suffering? Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a philosophical journey that might just change the way you see the world. Welcome to the abyss of wisdom. Key point 1. Understanding Stoic theodicy. So, how does Stoicism approach this age-old question of evil? Well, the Stoics weren't ones to shy away from difficult problems. They developed a concept called Stoic theodicy, a fancy way of saying their explanation for why bad things happen in a supposedly good world. Here's the core idea. The Stoics believed in a rational, interconnected universe. Everything, from the blooming flower to the raging storm, is part of this grand design. Evil, in their view, wasn't some malevolent force, but rather a natural occurrence, like illness or a harsh winter. It was a necessary element within the larger system, just like shadows are necessary for light to exist. Now, this might sound a little harsh, doesn't it? Like the Stoics were just brushing aside human suffering. But here's the twist. The Stoics also believed that everything happens for a reason. Even the most challenging events, they argued, could be opportunities for growth. A fire might destroy your home, but it could also force you to rebuild, stronger and wiser. This brings us to another key Stoic principle, the concept of providence. The Stoics believed in a universal power, sometimes referred to as God or Logos, that governs the universe. This power wasn't some micromanaging deity, but rather a force that ensures everything unfolds according to a grand cosmic plan. So, while the Stoics acknowledged the existence of evil, they didn't see it as evidence of a flawed or indifferent universe. Instead, they viewed it as an inevitable part of a larger, ultimately beneficial system. But the question remains, is this perspective truly comforting in the face of personal tragedy? We'll explore that question next. Key point 2. Suffering and amor fati. Okay, so the Stoics say evil is part of the natural order, even beneficial in the grand scheme of things. But that doesn't exactly ease the sting of personal suffering, does it? Here's where another fundamental Stoic principle comes in. Amor fati, translated from Latin, it means love of fate. Amor fati isn't about blind acceptance of misfortune. It's about acknowledging what's beyond our control, external events, other people's actions, and focusing on what we can control, our own thoughts, reactions, and actions. It's about embracing challenges as opportunities to develop resilience, virtue, and inner strength. Consider the words of the Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements, if it were all well invested. Another Stoic heavyweight, Epictetus, echoed this sentiment. It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. By accepting what is and focusing on our response, we can transform suffering into a catalyst for personal growth. And then there's Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic icon. In his famous Meditations, he wrote, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." This powerful idea reminds us that our perception of events shapes our experience. By choosing a virtuous perspective, even in the face of hardship, we can find a sense of peace and purpose. Amor fati doesn't eliminate suffering, but it equips us to navigate it with greater strength and wisdom. It's about accepting the cards we're dealt and playing the hand to the best of our ability. But is this philosophy truly attainable for everyone? Can we really learn to love our fate, even when it seems cruel? That's a question we'll grapple with in the next part of our exploration of Stoicism and the problem of evil. Key point 3, reconciling determinism with evil. Now, here's where things get a bit thorny. Stoicism is deeply rooted in the idea of determinism. The Stoics believed that everything, from the rise of empires to the fall of a single leaf, is predetermined by a chain of cause and effect. This raises a crucial question. If everything is predetermined, how can we be held responsible for our actions? And how can evil exist if free will is an illusion? This is where the problem of evil gets tangled up with determinism. If our fate is sealed, can we truly be considered evil for our wrongdoings? The Stoics wrestled with this question. Some argued that even within a predetermined universe, individuals have the freedom to choose their response to circumstances. We may not control what happens to us, but we can control how we react. Others, like Epictetus, focused on the distinction between what's within our control, our thoughts and actions, and what's outside it, external events. By recognizing this distinction, we can avoid blaming fate or circumstance for our own choices and action. However, not everyone finds these explanations entirely satisfying. The idea of a predetermined universe where evil flourishes can feel unsettling. Some critics argue that Stoicism, in its emphasis on determinism, risks diminishing the gravity of evil acts. So, is there a definitive answer to reconciling determinism and evil within Stoicism? Perhaps not. But the philosophy offers a framework for navigating hardship and finding meaning in a seemingly chaotic world. Whether you fully embrace the concept of determinism or not, Stoicism's emphasis on accepting what you cannot control and focusing on what you can is undeniably valuable. In the next segment, we'll explore some practical ways to apply Stoic principles to your own life. Even in the face of the problem of evil, applying Stoicism in the face of evil. Now, we all know the theory, but how can we actually use Stoic principles to navigate the real-world challenges of evil and suffering? Here are a few practical tips. Practice daily Stoic reflections. Start your day with a short meditation or journaling exercise. Reflect on the potential difficulties you might face and how you can approach them with a Stoic perspective. Remind yourself of what's truly in your control, your thoughts, reactions, and actions. The obstacle is the way. This famous Stoic maxim reminds us that challenges are opportunities for growth. When faced with adversity, reframe the situation as a chance to develop resilience, patience, and other virtues. Ask yourself, how can I use this experience to become a stronger, better person? Memento mori. This Latin phrase translates to remember you must die. It might sound morbid, but it's actually a powerful Stoic practice. By acknowledging our mortality, we gain perspective on what truly matters. It motivates us to focus on living a life of virtue and purpose, not chasing fleeting pleasures. Focus on gratitude. Even in difficult times, there's always something to be grateful for. Take time each day to appreciate the good things in your life. No matter how small, gratitude fosters a positive mindset and helps us weather life's storms with greater ease. Remember, Stoicism isn't about becoming emotionless robots. It's about acknowledging your emotions while choosing how to react to them. It's about finding meaning and purpose in the face of hardship. It's about taking responsibility for your own well-being, even in a world that sometimes seems determined to knock you down. So, the next time you're faced with a setback, a loss, or some act of cruelty, remember the wisdom of Stoicism. It may not eliminate evil, but it can equip you to face it with greater strength, wisdom, and a newfound sense of inner peace. So, to recap, we've explored how Stoicism tackles the problem of evil. We saw that the Stoics viewed evil as a natural part of the universe, an inevitable element in a grand cosmic design. We delved into the concept of amor fati, the love of fate, which emphasizes accepting what's beyond our control and focusing on our own thoughts and actions. Finally, we grappled with the complex issue of determinism and its relation to evil within Stoicism. Now, the philosophy of Stoicism may not offer all the answers, but it does provide a powerful set of tools for navigating life's challenges with greater resilience and wisdom. By accepting what we cannot control and focusing on what we can. Our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions, we can cultivate inner peace and live a more meaningful life, even in the face of adversity. Perhaps Stoicism can't eliminate evil from the world, but it can equip us to face it with greater courage and strength. So why not give it a shot? There are countless resources available to help you learn more about Stoicism and apply its principles to your own life. Maybe, just maybe, this ancient philosophy can help you find a bit more peace and purpose, even in a world that sometimes seems designed to bring you down. What are your thoughts on Stoicism and the problem of evil? Share your comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. After all, in the quest for answers, there's strength in numbers. Until next time, take care, and remember, even in the darkest of nights, a single candle can illuminate the path forward.